Hi guys, today we're in Wichenford. We're going to find a silver token. We're going to be talking to Sid from England's history. A few other bits about the orchard and the area. Roll the credits.
Good morning, our Black Country history hunter friends. We're down in a place called Wichenford or Wichenford. I'm not sure how you pronounce it.
Wichen or Wichen?
W-I-C-H-E-N, Wichenford. So we're in Worcestershire again today. We've been invited down by the Stourbridge Metal Detecting Club, so thank you guys.
Big thanks.
A lot of orchards around here. Are we allowed to say that it's Bulmer's orchard?
Yes, of course, why not? It's not anymore.
If we can't say that it's Bulmer's, then we can edit that out. So over in the distance, I'm not sure how much you can see on the actual screen. We've got the orchards for some of the Bulmer's cider. Yeah. We have looked for trees actually growing bottles of cider, but they all just seem to have apples on, which is not very good for us. So firstly for me today, just a little bit of reminiscing. I remember probably from the ages of about 7 or 8 up to when I was about 12, 13, not all the time, but definitely perhaps once a year, I used to go apple picking with my dad.
Wow.
My dad's family, and even my grandmother, till I think she had something like a third heart attack, or she'd had a heart attack and a couple strokes. Well into her 70s, she used to work on the farm.
Oh, she still did it then?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Strong woman.
A lot of memories of going up to my grandmother's house, and my dad's one of 8, and they were all hard workers, and for extra money, quite often they'd go pea picking, potato picking, fruit picking, apple picking.
And was that as a holiday as well? Was that a couple of weeks away, or was it local?
And I think it was all local, so perhaps around the Bobbington areas. Yes. And
hot picking and things.
Yeah, a hot picking was another one.
Coincidentally, that's what we're going to be looking for today. We're going to be trying to look for things that people have dropped probably throughout the years, but hopefully as well from the orchard period. There's going to be a bit of info on that. I mean, Wiccan itself, the word is either a winning horse, a pagan religion, or a basket, a wicker basket. Now, I'll pen for wicker basket because it's an area where you'd have been picking fruit.
It's I think when you've looked on the maps, Jamie, before we came out, historically it's got a lot of orchards, apples and pears,
full of it.
Absolutely. And I think that's probably why you've got so many cider manufacturers around here, because of the apples. But they'd put the big canvas sheets out.
Wow.
Lay 4 sheets out around the tree, and then get
a good shake.
Big stick with a hook on the top,
wow.
And they'd be shaking.
And they'd drop. Wouldn't that bruise the fruit?
Oh well, because they're falling onto soft ground, and they literally pick up these
like
big sheets,
isn't it?
absolutely full of apples, tip them into the like a big metre square box, like a square jiffy bag, if you like. And then you get paid at the end of the day for how many boxes you filled.
Love it.
And he'd always come back with one of those, they call a flagon, the cider.
Flagon, yeah.
A flagon of cider with a little handle on the top. Yeah.
You know, that just shows, doesn't it, how things traditionally carry on, because right through the 19th century, probably even 17th century, when people worked on these farms, in the summer, they'd get together and do the harvest, and at the end of that harvest, they'd have a ploughman's meal, and it would be cheddar cheese, all the things of the summer. Milk, they'd have cider that they made from the apples, and this would be your reward for your work. Nice. A lot of people would work purely for the food. They wouldn't be coming for money, because there would be no money in it, but a meal was what they wanted at the time. And that carried on, and to think that your dad even had a flagon of cider, mate, that's amazing. So I love these sites, mate. Metal detecting's great, and there's some great finds coming up today, including a love token, which is beautiful. But I love these kind of sites because it's history. I'd never thought about we're not in the Black Country, but in the Black Country there's a big heritage for going picking, hot picking, apple picking. Tell us your story, guys. Where have you been picking? Let us know in the comments. Also today in the video we meet Sid from England's history. I'll put a link in the description below. Great guy Sid is. I've been waiting to meet him for a long while. He does some wicked jewellery. Have a look at his channel, you might like it. Yeah man, and let's get on with it. In the distance there, you can see that gap there between the hills. That's a kind of a ley line. So before any kind of consecutive structure such as field systems, that would have been where you headed to get through the hill without exhausting your pack animals or yourself or your army. But later on in time, they would have followed hedge lines because property become important, and hedges would have been that line between boundaries and between properties, and they would have followed the line which you can see here on the map. So yeah, post Tudor, you're looking at following the sides of the hedges. They're always good places, even though you've got lots of rubbish in there because people use them to this day. But before they followed boundaries and respected land, they head for ley lines, which is gaps in the hills where you can pass through without exhausting yourself. So yeah, if you're looking for Roman, you're heading that way. If you're looking for, you know, post-medieval, medieval sometimes even, with the early fields such as ridge and furrow, what you see here, they were very strange patterns. Whenever you get a corner in a field with a path on it, it's generally going around somebody's land. You know, when you're going later to the what they call the Enclosure Act, they put lots of straight lines, and they didn't turn corners unless they really had to, and they organised it so it was straight line from area to area, and they reorganised the land around that. They stole the land in my mind, because they looked at all the big landowners, they took in common land which belonged to us, the people, and they redistributed it to landowners, which to me is the biggest heist that ever took place in the British history. So yeah, not a good thing, but we're reclaiming that right back slowly with the right to roam, and I hold that really dear to my heart. As you know, I go where I please. It's all in the name of the British history. So yeah, look out for them corners, guys, them corners in fields and such, because that's a sure sign of medieval ridge and furrow land areas. So after, when they actually did enclose, they didn't mess around with the already enclosed lands. So that would be already fields that are set out properly for the ridge and furrow system. So yeah, medieval, whenever you get a small village, if you look around it, you should see some medieval ridge and furrow in the LiDAR, if not within the actual shapes of the fields. But later on, when they enclosed, the 1770s I believe, the first act, they started stealing land from the common people, they enclosed it all. Even if you were a layman and you owned a bit of land, they'd take that land from you and give you a less productive piece of scrub land, you know, and be happy with it. Theft. But yeah, so we're going to have a look today. We think we're on a moated site. There's been a hammer come up in the past. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning scenery. Look at that in the distance there, guys. Look at that hill. Right, I'll let you know what I find, and see you soon. I've just been talking to Will, and he's mentioned he's found an old penny. And that's poignant, because, what do you reckon, mid-19th century?
Yeah, I think so, yeah, probably, yeah.
It's toasted, guys, but this could have easily been dropped by somebody coming on their holiday pops here to do a bit of picking, hot picking, or whatever the plantation was, probably apple. There you go, guys, so a little connection to the past there. That was somebody's wages from a day's work. At the end of the day, they'd have had a pint of cider, that year's scrumpy, and a good ploughman's meal. But yeah, brilliant. Sorry, what's your name?
Will.
Will, thanks Will, that's amazing, mate, and good luck for the rest of the day, sir. Thanks for showing me. So we're over in Wichenford today, and we've got a gentleman here called Sid, and he's England's history, isn't he?
That's it, England's
you
history,
probably all know the guy anyway. Needs no introduction.
Nice to meet you, mate.
Pleasure to meet you. I'll put a description. I'll put in the description a link to your channel, sir.
Awesome, mate. Appreciate
And
it.
any good today?
Couple of coins, nothing amazing.
Are
yet.
they? What coins are they?
They're battered. They're probably like George III or Victoria.
Victoria, but that'd be great, because just over there we've got an orchard. Now they'd come here for the holidays, wouldn't they?
You just don't know, do you?
Yeah, you know.
That's the thing about metal detective.
You just don't know, and I love those little stories. I love those little stories. So the orchard here, you can imagine a family coming here for their holidays, getting paid to do it.
Yeah. And we're looking for what they've dropped.
We're looking for what they've dropped, Sid. Love it. Hopefully they dropped a lot.
Good luck, buddy.
And you, sir. Pleasure to meet you. Right, brilliant, guys. Nice to meet him finally. And links down below. The hole, guys, but another shotgun shell. This would have been an old one, so a top percussion cap. So yeah, basically with a top percussion cap, it was before the percussion cap was in the centre, and they would be striked from the top. I'll put an example up now of a percussion cap top striker. Yeah, we're in the orchard area now. Like I said, you can imagine this would have been where they drove game from. I imagine after it was an orchard, it was used for cover for shooting, hence the shotgun shell. Yeah, so brilliant. Billy Kirkland, is it pronounced Kirkland? Yeah. And he's had a lovely love token. Oh wow, oh wow, guys, it's worth coming for that, folks. It's even been inscribed there, so what? It's too toasty to know what the actual coin would have been originally. You think Tudor?
Maybe a William.
A William, yeah,
Maybe.
bit later than Tudor.
Yeah.
But whoever's had this coin, it could have been when this was a manor house, because I'm sure there's a moat around us where we stand. They've inscribed it with their love, or their lover's name, or some sort of sentiment. Can you make anything out? JB, that's my initials. It's fate. Look at that, folks. Well done, Billy. I bet he's over the moon with that, wouldn't you? Over the moon, over the moon. So, we just had a look here. What did you say it was, Wood? This is Woodhouse Farm, and the orchard used to be here in the 1890s, probably earlier. Well, this field here, yeah?
That would have been orchards a lot longer. That was orchards.
Yes, I've seen the maps.
40 years ago.
Well, when you see the video later, now on the screen, I'll put up a photo from 1945, and you can see some of the scattered trees still. And what do you say this one is? What did you say this tree was?
That's a horse chestnut.
Horse chestnut. Is there any apple, or what were the orchard of?
There might be a few standard trees out the back.
Were they apple or?
They would be apple, yes.
Brilliant. What's your name?
Matt.
Matt, and thanks, Matt, Catherine. In the bucket, and there was a pipe tamper, and this gentleman here, Alistair, he threw it in. Somebody told him that it was might not be a pipe tamper, but yeah, they were in old backs and stuff. But people would use them as pipe tampers, so they'd be repurposed. 100% some bloke down here doing the orcharding. And he's brought his pipe along with him mid-19th century, and he's using that as a tamper, and he's bloody gutted now because he's lost it, and now Alistair's got it. Oh, just had a shout, man. Look at that, guys. That's literally come up from there. Absolutely beautiful. Is that a William? Stunning. Looks like it's got a hole in the top there, so maybe another love token. There's been a few come up today. Stunning silver, guys. I'll put a little picture on of this. But the gentleman who found it, man, well done. Off, girls, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. There's been some lovely silver coins come up. Thank you for letting us come. Really enjoyed it. Bill, what a coin, man. Thanks, dude. Any good?
Yeah, I'm with him.
Ah, you've done all right then. Sid, it's been a pleasure, mate. Thanks for letting me have a chat, and I'll put your link down below, mate. You're a gentleman. See you later, guys.
All bells in paradise, I heard them ring. Bits gold on the outside and silver within.